Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. We are doing a very exciting transformation and tutorial today on my lovely coworker. This is her before and sneak peek of her after right here. We are doing extensions and color today. I actually met her I've done her hair for years. And then when I opened up my salon, she decided to start working here with me, which has been great. And it's even more easier now for her to get her hair done. So we love that for her. So we are doing 2 rows of hand-tied wefts to start off with. Side note, as if you guys have watched my videos before, you already know the drill. When it comes to extensions, I more so just have you guys watch to like follow along, get some inspo, etc. But I'm not gonna be like teaching you how to install extensions. Highly recommend getting some more individualized training on that. However, also too with that, I am newer to doing wefts, so I'm especially not in a place to like even give like tips and tricks and that kind of stuff because I'm looking those up myself. So, um, I will share though, we use new hair, not new to a lot of people. We use Jay-Z hair for the first time. I've used a lot of Jay-Z Styles as like tools and that kind of stuff. This was my first time using their hair, and same thing for my coworker. We both use a lot of Bellamy hair, but Bellamy does not have a lot of brunette options, especially when it comes to like dimensional brunettes, expensive brunettes, etc. So we decided to take this time to learn some new hair. So we use the J-Tide wefts, and I cannot remember exactly which shades that we used on her, but I will put that up on the screen. We used one that was matching her natural, and then we got a dimensional shade as well. Um, that's the main transformation of today's tutorial, is that we took her back to her natural back. She used to be an icy blonde, and back in December we took her back to her natural, and she's just been maintaining that on her own, but she was ready to add some dimension in, but just real subtle dimension, like a little bit of a subtle money piece and some like pops basically throughout, but she still wanted to predominantly be looked at as a brunette, if that makes sense. So we did one pack of her natural color, and then we did a pack of her natural with a little bit of a dimensional highlight. And I wanted to put the extensions in first to lay the groundwork out for me for this exact reason. If I was doing like a full blonde baby light, teasy light, or like an all over color or something like that, I probably would have done color first, then the extensions. But I did not, my main goal with this was to not overfoil. And if you are a blonding specialist, you know the struggle it is of overfoiling. So that was something that I just wanted to make sure. And two, I wanted to color and tone everything at the same time. Her root of her extensions, as you guys can see, is pretty warm, this dimensional one. So I wanted to root that anyway. And since I was just more so tone shifting too, I figured that it would be nice to tone the extensions and her natural hair all together. So very glad that I did that. It helped to like lay the foundation work of color out for me. Plus, since I am newer with wefts, I was able to get like the longer tedious thing out of the way for me selfishly. So then when it came to color, a lot of things were already kind of taken care of. So I put the darker row on the bottom, and then I did the lighter row on the top. We looked at both because I was debating on putting the lighter row on the underneath so that it kind of was like more of a peekaboo situation. But since her hair is actually pretty long too, the extensions at this point are more for like a little bit of additional length and fullness, mainly fullness for her. It was, the highlights were going to be like really hidden, and I feel like I wouldn't have been able to really do much highlighting on top if I would have placed her natural dark up top, or placed her darker row up top. So I'm definitely really glad that we did that. But anyway, so now let's move on to the color. So I didn't do anything like super wild. Like I said, I really used the extensions that were already installed to kind of lay the groundwork out for me. But I did a real subtle money piece. We decided to do very, like truly just right on her hairline. We wanted those to be baby lit just so that she had a little bit of brightness when she pulled her hair up, and just like the most subtlest pop. I do a shadow root later on too to like melt this all down. So keep that in mind. But primarily besides that, we did all teasy lights. And then I also decided to go in and do a low light as well. don't think I would have necessarily had to do this, but her color fades pretty warm and like kind of auburny. We were joking saying that she was beating the copper allegations by getting her hair done because when her hair fades, people think that she is like kind of coppery or auburn, and she's just, like your typical like natural level six, basically, which level sixes, as you know, have like truly true orange and a little like like level six is basically like right in the orange undertone, basically. So with maybe even like a smidge of like auburn and red. So makes sense that that is like what's coming out is that underlying pigment of it, but it is just really funny. So I decided to do a few lowlights too throughout the interior part of her head, just to make sure that it just kind of added a little bit of richness. I still kept the lowlight itself fairly rich. I just did 6 NB and 6 GB from Redken Shades EQ because I didn't want to like, it wasn't to the point that it needed neutralize, it just needed more color deposited over top of it, if that makes sense. We were still going for an overall really rich, but just more brunette versus it being like a copper. I sectioned her along her natural part and basically just like went up through her hairline for her money piece. I don't always love to do these types of placements when I'm doing like the money pieces because sometimes myself, I feel like them because hairlines look different on each side. So sometimes I've had it before, then with like if I am fully only following the hairline, then like it might look thicker on one side than the other. But like I said, just wanted this to be a really natural placement. And I felt like if I was going to be doing like a mohawk, like when I'm doing mainly just like this was a really mainly more like a mini highlight that I count where it's like more of like a money piece. And I literally do just 1 to 2 pops like on the top part of her, basically like right where she parts her hair at. So basically more like a mini highlight to me. When I'm doing those, I feel like sometimes if I'm doing like a mohawk for the money piece, it can be a little too bold. So I just had to be really intentional with making sure that I was matching up, even if like one side, because she does kind of, her part kind of favors one side more than the other. So then what I just did was made sure to, on the non-dominant side, which is the side that I did off camera, I just made sure to bring her money piece back on the sides just a little bit more to kind of help to like compensate for that. So if you are using the natural part, but if it's truly not like a full even, or if just one hair is on one side more than the other, that's my biggest recommendation, is just to make sure that the less dominant side just has a little bit more to help compensate for that if you feel like you struggle with the same type of issue. And then what you kind of saw me doing there was I laid everything down and I just like looked at it with the extensions in to see what needed what where in terms of like what needed dark wear and what needed light wear, which is again why I'm really glad that I did put the extensions in first, because what I decided was to not pull the lowlights through all the way through the end for everything, just so that it still again had like that depth, but I didn't want to overly darken things either, because again, like if the sides were too dark compared to what I just added in with the light, it would have made that look disconnected too. And we just really wanted the hair to like just obviously like naturally flow in really, really well. So I did mainly just highlights, like I said, in like that very topmost part of the crown area, right where she parts her hair at. Basically, it was the only spot where I put it at. The interior part, the underneath part of the interior, kind of like where I'm at right now. When I do go to low light, some of those got pulled through the ends, but then when I was doing the low lights up top, most of those did not get pulled all the way through the ends, just so that it really had that real subtle variation of like more dark to just like the kiss, like very most kisses of a kiss part of like a little bit more light, basically. I also did go in after all the color was applied and lifted everything up in the top that was going to be in my way. And I did pull a root down. I used still 6 GB and 6 NB. I had a little bit left over low light from, again, Shades EQ 10 volume. And I applied that over that like orangey-ish kind of shadow root. That is the one thing I've noticed. If you use Jay-Z Styles hair, let me know. But just from what I had observed online, I feel like a lot of their roots can be a little bit more on the warmer side. The hair itself felt amazing. And then something else that I kind of learned too with the J-Tide weft was that, and like I said, I am pretty new to weft installation, but the weft itself was kind of hard to like pierce into. So just some things that I observed if you're looking to get into Jay-Z hair as well. And then also too, I let everything sit for 30 minutes and the root actually didn't take. I had to re-root her again at the bowl with my darker root that I placed. I did root her at at the bowl right now that you see me doing. I used 6 NB, 6 NCH, and just a drop of 5N just because I did want her to have a little bit more depth up at her root. That did take just fine, but the 6 GB, 6 NB equal parts did not take anything. It was definitely kind of strange. Extensions, I don't think that's a Jay-Z problem necessarily though. Extensions do just sometimes take color weird, honestly. But it is what it is. Again, just something else that I observed. I wasn't sure if the 6 GB was going to be a little too goldeny anyway, but I figured like, I mean, I have the leftover color. And since it was in the underneath area, I just wanted the depth to match up. I just didn't want it to be, especially since I literally work right beside her. So the second that I were to see like a blip of orange kind of like pop out while we'd be working, I'd be like that. I did it for me. She didn't even ask me to do it. Honestly, she didn't even realize that her route to her extensions was a little bit more, warm. It was for me more than for her. But anyway, so now we are toning her ends. I use 7 GB, 7 GB, 9 GB from Shades of Cute to make an 8 GB. And then I also used 8 GI, and I think I used a little bit of 8N as well. I can't exactly remember. I do know for sure I did the GBs and the GIs. I just wanted it to be a real beigey level 8. Like I said, since she was a level 6 already, I felt like toning her down to a 7 would have been a little too dark, but I wanted her to be right at a level 8 where it just kind of gave like that more like sandy beige kind of color, which ended up being the perfect shade for what we were looking for. So we were literally obsessed with the final results. Her hair looks literally so good. She still looks primarily like herself, but again, just with like a little bit of extra glow, basically, which is what we were kind of going for. So this is the after all straight, and then you'll see it curled here in a second. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something new, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.